We're now live. IG fam, or I'm sorry, YouTube family. What up, wholesale community family? So today we're doing something a little bit different. I'm bringing I bring Jericho, one of my Khang Academy students. Man, such a go giver. Closing his second deal for how much, Jericho?
10 G's, baby.
Let's go. Let's what, Jericho?
Let's go get that money.
Yeah, let's go, baby, man. Jericho is definitely such a go-giver. Not just helping, people in the Khang Academy coaching program, but he's also helping everyone in the Discord channel, dropping bomb every single day, and he's helping everyone out as much as he can while trying to still do his own thing, baby. Bro, I want to say thank you so much, man, for taking the time to jump on, to do this, and to give back. But we're live, baby.
Appreciate it.
So, anyways, for those of you, if you're new to the channel, be sure to smash that subscribe button. I know I haven't gone on live in a very long time. This is something that's different. If you enjoy this, if you like this kind of more like a live, go live, make it raw, keep it raw instead of like pre-record it and upload. If you like that, smash that thumbs up for me. Comment in below and let's rock and roll, baby. So, Jericho, man, let's walk us, dude. A little bit about yourself, man, and just let people know.
Yes, sir. So, for me, I was born and raised in the Philippines, so I'm actually surprised that I don't even have an accent.
Yeah,
but I was born and raised in the Philippines. I came here when I was around 7 or 8 years old. My mom flew me out here, so she hasn't been part of my life the whole time. So it's been really tough because I didn't really have the the parent background. I always had my grandparents, so I was thankful for that. But back in the Philippines, it's it's a really poor country. So and I'm gonna be as transparent as I can because I want everybody to be know that I'm real. But back in the Philippines, it's a really poor country. We really don't have much down there as a family. We were struggling to have, here in America, you could have three meals a day, right? But back there, it was a struggle to even have just 2 meals a day. So that's the kind of background I'm coming from. So when I came here from the Philippines, I already kind of had that mindset that you gotta make money to be able to live and put food on the table. So when I came here, I don't know, man. I feel like I just always had that hustler mentality. In middle school, I was selling candy all throughout high school, and then all throughout high school, I was doing. I ended up joining construction with my girlfriend's dad.
Yeah.
And then from there, that wasn't enough for me. So what I did was I started my own pressure washing side hustle. And then I ended up started taking my own paint jobs to try and build my capital up. And so this is around high school time. So middle school, I was selling candy, built up my capital to be able to fund my my materials and my tools. And so that's what I did. And then from there, kind of got into real estate. Not because of the construction side of things. It was honestly because one time, I was on a hike with my parents, and I kind of it kind of just hit me randomly. I was like, I really like this. I really enjoy this. But it's not often that my parents are able to do this. It's only we can only do it during weekends because they have work and they're always busy. And so for me, I already saw that, I don't want to be like this with my own family, right? I want to be able to live the life I want, when I want, wherever I want, and be able to do what I want when I want, right? That's the whole goal. And so for me, it kind of just started from there, that spark right there. And I went back home, started doing a basic Google search, and I was like, let me see who the top richest people are, right? And so one thing led to another, and the one thing that I saw in common all throughout all of those people was real estate, right? With rich people with wealthy people that have multiple streams of income, but that one thing stayed and stuck through the top guys. And so I started digging into it. I started getting into Chris Crohn's real estate stuff, and then from there I started learning about Jerry Norton, which he's the one that actually introduced me to wholesaling. And then from there, I kind of just procrastinated the entire time, just trying to, for me, I like to learn everything and anything that I can before I jump on, because it's really scary, right? It's just super scary to just jump into something that you don't know about.
Gotcha,
so that was me all throughout my first year of just starting. And from there, I actually from Jerry Norton, I actually started seeing you around, and man, I was just like amazed. I was just mind blown. I was like, man, this guy is me. This is where I want to be. You know what I mean? Your stuff was just so relatable, and the one thing that for me differentiated you from everybody else was how transparent you were.
Oh,
Everybody always shows how all the wins. But you, on the other hand, you were showing your losses, you were showing your struggles. And for me, that really spoke to me because nobody shows that kind of stuff, right? Nobody shows how to get there, right? They only show where they're at that point. And for me, I feel like that really helped me out in my journey is the transparency from you.
Jericho, man, I want to say, dude, thank you so much for the kind word. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate it. But so Jericho, let me ask you this. So for those of you who's watching this, the reason why I decided to do this live instead of the other way where I pre-record it and then I upload it, just for those of you, if you have any questions regarding, Jericho gonna share with you exactly how he closes his second deal here, make $10,000. So that way, if you have any question, you can ask in the chat, and then Jericho will be able to answer it. But dude, so are you an analytical guy, Jericho? Like you like to analyze stuff because the wife, that's what she likes. She likes before she jump into it, everything, dude. Like she analyzed everything.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I was when I first started, but now that I've made the transition, and I'm sure you're going to ask me this, but I'll say it now. When I was first starting out, I was in a different course. And like I said, I was that analytical guy. So that's how I started off. And so all throughout that whole year, I was going through like what do you call it? The procrastination stage, the analyzing everything, trying to learn everything.
Yep.
And so that didn't work out for me clearly, right? Because I was doing it for a whole year.
Yeah.
But that didn't discourage me. I kind of got busy from work. So I kind of started, focusing on work instead of, my side business.
Sure.
But I was still learning on the side, but I wasn't taking any action. And so around the time, the year mark, you actually were starting to, what was it? The event that you had in Maryland.
Oh, yes.
Around this time for me, I was actually just graduating high school, and my parents were yapping at me about the college talk, right? And
Yes.
for me, I just never saw, like, even when I first got a job at 15, I never saw that. I never saw myself working for somebody else. I was always trying to start. I was always trying to start a side hustle. Like as soon as I got a job, I was trying to start the e-commerce side hustle. Right? I tried it all, man. So that's where I'm at. So I just never felt like I wanted to work for somebody else. And I felt like college just wasn't going to get me to where I wanted to be and the goals that I had in mind, because it would have taken time. And I would, for me, and this is, a lot of you high school folks are probably going to relate to this, but for me, I had to sit down with my parents, and this was really scary because after the MD event, I was just super inspired. I was ready to go. Khang showed so much love. It was real, man. You could see, like, you guys, Khang on YouTube is the same as he is in person, and that's just what proved, like, Khang's legit. You know what I mean? Like, Khang's the real person. And so for me, that really spoke to me, and we had to talk. And when I came back home, I really it was really tough for me to sit my parents down and ask them, because they're yapping at me talking about college this, college that. Otherwise, you got to move out and find your own place, right? That was the talk. That's got to get straight to it. But for me, I went and sat them down, and I was just like, hey, this is what I want to do. I get that you guys want me to go to college, but I just don't see that aligned with my goals, right? I just don't see that for myself. So I sat them down and I said, if I could ask you guys for 1 year, right, to let me do my thing, to let me figure out my side hustles, my side business, let me make my own mistakes, let me learn from my own, journey. If you guys could give me a year to prove myself, then if I can't make it happen within that year, then we can go ahead and revisit this conversation. And so we kind of stood ground and kind of met at the middle point between my parents and I. And so, they gave me the year to basically prove myself. I joined the academy right after. And from there, I just started taking massive, massive action because it was all in for me. I'm all in.
You're all in, baby. Well,
Yeah.
dude, like a lot of times, man, like those decisions, dude, definitely are very, very tough, man. Very
Really
tough
tough.
decision to make. But I'm glad that you figured it out. I'm glad that, dude, closing your second deals already. And Jericho, how long has it been that you were in the academy? Like what, 4 months?
Yeah, I think
Maybe.
like 4 or 5 months now. Yeah,
Okay,
and that's
gotcha,
when I
gotcha.
really started wholesaling.
I see. Gotcha. Gotcha. Okay, Jericho, dude. I know people have been waiting, man. We just killed like 10 minutes already. So let's walk them through your first deal, man. How did you found the seller? This and all, dude. Just share everything.
Yeah, so like I said, I started about a year ago through the procrastination stage. So I've been driving around this property back and forth throughout that whole entire year, and I've just not seen any action on it. So when I joined the academy, that was like the first property that I wanted to go after. And so I had the Khang's Academy course, the step by step, and I basically followed that whole guide. And I contacted the seller. It took a probably about 2 weeks to try and get a hold of him through follow ups, just multiple texts, multiple callings, and I eventually reached him. He said he was looking to sell. He had the scarcity mindset that he wanted to have a realtor on his side, but from what I learned from the academy, I talked him through it. I walked him step by step what was going to happen. And so I, reassured him and was able to, basically skip the realtor out of this whole deal. And from there, it was really simple. I never even met the seller because the property was just such in a bad shape. It was a 3 bedroom, 2 bath. And I think right around the time, I mean, since it was sitting for such a long time, I was thinking that it was a teardown. And I even brought that to my mentor, Alex, and he was thinking that it was going to be a teardown as well. But one of the first things the academy taught me was it Think and Grow Rich, to read that. And so I went ahead and I started reading that. And the one thing that spoke to me from Think and Grow Rich was the story about the dude who stopped 5 feet before gold.
Mm.
And so that really spoke to me. And with this deal, I was like, no, there's no way. I've got to be able to make money with this, right? The numbers just make sense. The land itself was appraised at 108. The dude was wanting 100, right? And then I brought this to one of my buyers, and he said it's not going to work out. He wanted it for like 20K less. But like I said, that Think and Grow Rich principle spoke to me, and I was like, I'm not going to give up there. And so I went ahead and posted it on the Facebook group, my local Facebook investing group. And I ended up meeting one of the greatest relationships that I have by day today, is my buyers. They met me out to the property. I showed them, walked them through the place. We couldn't even, it was so bad that we couldn't even stay inside the property for more than like 2 minutes because it was just so bad. Like the smell was bad. It was just, I was thinking, you know what, guys, this is going to be a teardown. Don't even try to think about, fixing this back up. Right. But, they made it happen, and it's insane. It ended up not being a teardown. And I ended up wholesaling that property to them for 105. I honestly think I could have done it for 110, but because it was my first deal and my first grasp, I was just really scared on what I needed to do and what I wanted to do. So I wanted to just get over the fact of going through the process. So I wanted to go through A through Z through the process so that I had the confidence next time I come across something like this. And so for me, that first deal was just going through the process for me.
Gotcha, man, dude. Okay, so now when the buyer came out and looked at the property, Jericho, they said so they told you it's not a tear down, but this is more like a complete rehab.
It was very minimal talk, actually. Like I showed them
Oh.
the property and they were like, okay, how much? And then they were like, okay, I was like, 100, first person to give me 105, because I was trying to make it like a bidding situation, even though they
Sure.
were the only buyers there,
Smart.
because I wanted to try to get more.
Sure.
But I said the first person that brings me 105, otherwise I'm going to present this to my other buyers and see what the highest offer I could get. And they were like, no, 105, we'll bring it to you. Tell us where to send the check. And they were just ready to go, right? And I was like, oh my God, this is too good to be true. And so I went back to the car with my girlfriend after that, and we were just jumping up and down. I was super excited. It's really life-changing, honestly. But yeah, it was very minimal talk. They were just like, okay, 105, we'll bring it to you. We're ready to go.
Dude, okay, so now, Jericho, let me ask you, dude. So you got the property under contract for how much again?
With the
10.
seller, 100, and then I wholesaled it for 105.
Okay. Wait. We're talking about your $10,000 wholesale deal.
Oh, I thought you were
Yeah.
talking
Okay.
about the
So,
first one.
okay.
That's the first deal.
Yeah. So that was the first deal. Okay.
Yes.
So let me ask you about the first deal really quick. So what was the ARV on it?
The ARV was really hard for me to determine, but it was around like 380, 370.
380. Okay. So 380. And then, okay. So the buyer's going to buy for like 105.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. My next question for you is what do you think the rehab is?
That was super tough for me to determine because I was getting, hey, this is just a tear down. And so
Yep.
I didn't really have an exact,
Sure. But what did the buyer say?
the buyer didn't mention a repair cost, because they're
Okay.
just that, I never bothered to ask.
Sure. Okay. I can tell you. So it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, and what's the square footage?
It's a manufactured home.
Oh shoot.
It is,
Okay.
it is a 1,080.
Okay. So 1,000. Okay, let's just say 1,000 square feet, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. It's a manufactured home. And what year is it built?
1980, I believe.
1980.
1987.
1987.
Yep.
Dude, so I'm thinking, man, your buyer. So they did rehab it. Do you saw the after picture?
Oh my god, I'm looking at it right now. It's amazing. They sold it for 415.
They sold it for 415.
Yeah.
A manufactured home.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, it's insane. It's insane right now. The mobile homes that I'm working for around like Roy area,
Yeah.
400. And then like right now the stick builds around my neighborhood are going for around 600 when last year they were going for 400.
Yeah, dude.
It's definitely jumped up in prices.
Dude, the prices is crazy. I guess they yeah, man. I mean, the buyer ARV at that time was 380. They sold for 415. That's like, so for me, man, yeah, dude, that's insane. So a manufactured home, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,000 square feet, completely updated. I think completely make it really nice, stripped down to the stud. So they probably new roof, new like down to the stud.
Full rehab, yeah.
Dude, do you think that they could have just took that one down and put a new one?
No, because I was watching it through the whole time. They were fast. They were fast. Because I mean, my girlfriend lives in the neighborhood, so I was always driving past it.
How long did it take them to rehab that project?
Oh my god, they were really, really fast. I'll send you some pictures.
5 months?
Yeah, probably under 5 months. Yeah.
Okay. So so I'm thinking, dude, they bought it for 105 plus closing costs. So let's just say another 3% on top of that. Let's just say they all in at 115. And they probably do to make that thing like that. Dude, 3-bedroom, 1,000. I cannot see them spend more than like 50 G's. Okay.
Oh,
wow. So 50. I mean, let's just even go above. Dude, let's just even say 60,000. So 115 plus 60,000, 5.7. So they all in at 175, dude. They sold it for 415.
So they made a killing.
Bro, okay. So Jericho, I need to talk to you. Okay, dude. So when you got this deal in the contract, maybe you're leaving too much skin.
Way too much.
You left way too much. You left way too much meat on the table, bro.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jericho, let me ask you. So for those of you who's watching this, all right, this might be a lesson to learn. So Jericho, when you get that prop under contract, because dude, okay, Jericho, hold on, dude. You mentioned the land value is 108, right?
Yep, assess that 108. Yeah,
dude, the land value assessed as 108. Dude, it should be a no-brainer. Like you could have sold that for 108, like just for the land only.
Yeah.
So you guys got to understand, land with utilities that's already there. While there's basically because there's a house there already, right? Mm-hmm. Land with utility there are extremely valuable because they're ready to go. They just need to go down, get a permit, and boom, they're ready to build. So the land value is 108. Right off the bat, you know that you can sell that thing for 108.
Yeah. So for me, it was a scarcity thing. And the reason why I just went and jumped for 105 was because I already showed it through a couple of buyers that I knew personally from contracting.
Yep.
Then I knew they were flipping houses and they were like way lower. They were wanting like 70, 80. And I was like, oh. So as soon as I found the 105, I was like, okay, let's just get this done and over with.
Yeah, right. And you know what, man? And it doesn't matter how much the first deal is, because the first deal is the one that, give you the confidence, letting you know that, hey, I can do this. And now you know the process. That's all it matters. So So it doesn't matter. But for the people who's watching this, and also too is, things like you got to learn from not just mistake, but you got to learn from whatever it is. So that way, when you move into the next deal, you know how to maneuver and you know how to do it a lot better. So Jericho, let me ask you, dude, you got the property under contract for 100,000. How long was it under contract for? Like, how long did you tie the property up for?
It was about a week. Yeah, we closed.
Wait. You only tied the property up for a week with the seller?
Oh, with the seller,
Yeah.
because I already had the buyer already lined up and he already knew the property. I tied it up for because I knew that my buyers could close,
Correct.
at most 2 weeks.
Correct.
So I tied it up with them for 2 weeks, and then we closed in a week.
Okay, I got you, bro. So Jericho, when you talk to the seller, you basically say, "Hey, we can get this thing done and close for you in 2 weeks," correct?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
so that's obviously now now you're in the academy more. You know that is a mistake.
Yeah, for sure.
Because Jericho, if you could have tied this up for at least when we tie stuff up, dude, we like to get that 45 days.
Okay.
The reason why is obviously more time is better for you. More time for you to hunt for the right buyers. More time for you to hunt for the buyers that's going to pay you the most.
Yep.
So 2 weeks, okay. So so if you would have tied this thing up for at least 30 days, you fish it out to your buyer. Okay, so Jericho, where did you send these deal out when you're trying to find the buyer?
For this one, I sent it out to personally first the flippers that I knew. Didn't get results from them, and then I went ahead and turned
Okay, so
around
hold on. How many of those were on your list? Your cash
there was
buyer
only
list?
about 3 of them, 4 of them.
Okay, got you. Okay, next.
And then I sent it out to Facebook group, the investing local group that we have.
The
And
local
then
media?
I sent it out. Yeah, I sent it out to there and got attention.
Got it. Okay. So a lot of times, yes, when you're new into the game, and I did the same thing, okay? When you're new into the game, you send it out and you got a feedback where, hey, it's too high, it's this, and then you get really nervous, especially you tie this thing up for only 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's problem number one. Problem number two, you send out to investors. So the feedback you're getting, it makes you scared, obviously.
Yep.
And I can totally relate, bro. So now you send it out to the local investor, but what price do you send it out to, dude?
I sent it out at 105. And so I told them, I just said, I just wanted the minimum 105. Because I was like, if the land was assessed at 108 and my previous buyers were saying they needed at 80,
right?
If the land itself is assessed at 108, there's got to be a buyer for 105 for sure.
Yes.
And so that was the kind of mindset that I took when I posted on Facebook. Man. And so, yeah, I know I could have made a killing off this one.
Bro, this one here, bro, dude, this is like a 100K deal.
Wow. Yeah.
You know what, yo, bro? But there's more of it. And listen, a lot of time dwelling on the things, yay, this could, that could, dude. I've lost on deal, Jericho, that I could have wholesale and make an easy 50, 70K. And I lost on those deal, dude. So, and there's people, dude, that lost on even a bigger profit and things like that. So when we go and talk about this, it's not to dwell on it, right? But so you recognize and you understand what not to do the next time.
Yeah. And I think the hardest part for me during this part was because I didn't have a repair cost, because I was thinking it was going to be a teardown. I didn't know how much a teardown would cost. I didn't know how much it was to be a teardown, you know?
Sure. Got it.
And so I kind of just went and stick to what I knew and
got it.
Figured 108, 105, there's got to be a buyer.
Jericho, I'm going to tell you right now, man. So to tear down a house is going to rough. I don't know how much let's just say 15,000. But when I try to tear my or one of my rehab, when I first started, I got quote, it was 10,000. So $10,000 for them to come out with a crane and just takes down the house. Wow. But now let's just say inflation. Let's just say it's going to cost you about 15,000. So take that in consideration. The next time when people talk, and most of the time people that are like saying it's a teardown, dude, I love it when people say it's a teardown, because the majority of the time you don't have to tear the house down. You can just gut the whole entire thing and you can save it. Because if you tear it down, dude, and if you build new constructions, now you got to go through the whole different kind of permit with the city. And for those of you, you know, if you're new into the game or if you're not familiar with the whole flip, because I start out flipping, right? So I know this, right? I did it for 5 years, so I know the process. So if you save, I think it was because I did a rehab on a house, dude, that's totally burned. So we got everything. We got everything. We got a smoke thing comes in there to suck all this, dude. It was nuts. So as long as you can save, I think I can't remember the amount. So you can get rid of everything, dude, as long as there's still a 2x4 that is standing, and there
Yeah.
needs to be X amount. I can't remember, like 3/4 of the house needs to be stay up or whatever it is, but there isn't a very small amount of the house that still needs to be there, which is basically just gonna down to the 2x4 stud. You can remove everything, and you don't have to go get a new permit for a new construction. You can just get a permit to rehab the property. So it saves you a lot of money and it saves you a lot of time. So for those of you who don't know, make sure when you think it's a tear down, see if you can still take it down to where at least there's a 3/4 of the house left, right? So you can literally take it down to where there's just 2x4 standing, like no wall, no roof, no nothing. And you can still rehab that property and save yourself time and money and headaches and dealing with the city and all that. Okay.
Yeah. And that's exactly what they did with this property.
Yeah. Okay, man. Oh, another one for those of you who's watching this. This is so good. If you are dealing with a drug house, all right, listen, man. If you're dealing with a drug house, you need to hire, I can't remember their name, but you need to hire professionals that comes down and get rid of all the drugs. And it costs, dang, dude, I think it costs like $20,000. So if it's a meth house, they would have to come out there and they would have to basically get rid of everything, and it costs about $20,000. So take that in consideration when you come across a meth house. But if it crosses a certain threshold, which means there's just too much meth that's being done in the property, then it has to be a tear down, because everything is infected, right? So there's an amount that they will let you go past, that you like, okay, you clean it up, everything checked out. They checked it out, everything is good. Okay, you can continue. But there's an amount where you pass it where they have a tester where it just have to be completely tear down. So remember that when you come across a meth house, make sure you do your thing. Don't rush into buying it, because if you buy it at thinking you can rehab it and then boom, all of a sudden you have to tear the house down, you, my friend, is probably going to go into the negative zone. But anyways, dude, so Jericho, let's take some questions. You guys got some question for Jericho? Okay, so Jericho, for those that are like starting out, man, they're starting out, they're new into the game. What are some things that you can give as far as in, feedback or help them out?
Sure. For me, I feel like because I've been through that, and right now I feel like I'm the bridge between like people who are just starting out to get in their first deal. The one thing that I could say, and the reason why I was able to get such massive results in such little time, was mindset, right? For me personally, it was mindset. For me, I was the type of person that wanted to, make sure everything was done right. Everything was, I had figured everything out. And so for me, one night, I just kind of just shifted that mindset, and it was kind of just out of nowhere. It wasn't anything that triggered it. It was just like, I just got up from out of my bed and I said, you know what, I'm all in. And I think it was like 11 o'clock at night. I was like, I'm just going to take massive action. And at the time, I think Khang was just preaching, taking massive action and staying consistent. And I just kept rolling through my head. And I was like, you know what does it really mean to take massive action? I didn't know what it meant at the time. So I just, you know what I did? I just stopped and kind of just took the thinking hat off, right? And I just took massive action. So it was like 11 o'clock at night. I was laying in bed and I just jumped out of bed and I said, you know what, let me start the process for my LLC. And then now I have skin in the game. Now that I have, I'm starting out. It was confusing as heck, but I was like, you know what, we're just going to keep pushing forward. And for me, I feel like people who are starting out, instead of just trying to figure things out, just put yourself out there, start taking the action. And not only just start taking the action, staying consistent with it is going to get you the results that you want. Because if you every day in and day out, if you put in the action towards your goal, you will eventually get there. No matter how long it will take, right? It depends on how much action you're willing to take and how consistent you're willing to take, and is going to determine how quickly you're going to be able to reach that goal.
Boom, Jericho, man, dude, I love that. And the reason why is because, people that, either want to jump on for the coaching, for the mentor, or it doesn't have to be with me. It could be with everybody else. And their question is, can you guarantee my success? Like, can you guarantee my results? Listen, man, nobody can guarantee your success. The only person that can guarantee your success is you. If whoever it is that you want to, that your mentor or your coach, right, say yes, they can guarantee your success, dude, trust me, they're just trying to get your money. Basically, they just over promising. Because how do I know that you're going to take massive action? How do I know that you're going to put in the WORK, right?
I love that.
Like I'll show you everything you need to know, but how can I, it's like bringing a horse to the river and forcing it to drink the water, dude. And if you don't want to drink the water, dude, if you don't want to drink the Kool-Aid, dude, if you don't want to drink the Kool-Aid, nobody can force you to drink the Kool-Aid. Just like going to the gym, you can hire a trainer, but will you get fit? I don't know. It's up to you. The trainer will train you to do what he or she know that you need to get buff, bulk, skinny, whatever it is, fit, whatever it is you want. But you, my friends, still have to do the push-up. You still have to put in the work. So just like Jericho said, whatever you put in is what you're going to get out. You put in 3 hours versus someone put in 8 hours. Dude, like someone put in 8 hours versus you put in 3 hours. Who do you think are going to get more result, baby? Who do you think is going to get that money a lot quicker? Come on, man. Shit. So
Jericho, and I think that's one shift of mindset somebody else should take too. Not only staying consistent and taking massive action, is also, if you're gonna go and jump into a mentorship, don't rely on the person that's giving you the materials. You want to go into it thinking, hey, these guys are gonna give me the tools and the help that I need. I'm the one. That's 50% of the work, right? Yep. That's 40% of the work, actually. Yep. Right? The knowledge is 40% of the work. 60% of it is you. And only you, and you will figure this out, as you're going through the journey of how real what we're saying right now is.
Yeah, man. Okay, so so you guys, if you have questions about Jericho on his deal, just drop in the comment. But I want to elaborate on this a little bit, so that way, when you guys decide to pull the trigger, when people said invest in yourself, what does that mean? Invest in yourself, invest in yourself. What does that really mean, man? Listen. Most people get into a mentorship or a coaching program or go to a seminars or a mastermind. They think if they just go in there, everything will be done for them. Dude, listen to me. If anybody's trying to sell you a push button, dude, they just want your money. They just want your money. That's why when people are trying to go on to academy, I say, dude, do you have the work ethic? Are you committed? If you don't have the work ethic, and if you're not committed, dude, just save your money. Like, don't waste your money, because the program is not a push button, right? It's not a push button. Just like Jericho said, we'll give you all the information, but you, my friend, you still have to put in massive, massive amount of work. And let me tell you, it ain't easy, baby. If it was easy, everybody would have succeeded. But all I can tell you is, coaching, mentorship, like being in a real estate mastermind, it will make things a lot. Basically, it will cut down your learning curve. It'll help you get to where you want to be a lot quicker, because you don't have to go through the trial and error and try to figure everything out yourself. And when you're in a mastermind, when you're in a group, everyone got skin in the game. So everyone is helping each other out, right? Like supportive, motivating each other. Sometimes as an entrepreneur trying to, go at this, build your own business, sometimes it's lonely. Right? And you need the help, you need the support, you need someone to hold you accountable. Because a lot of times, like my wife, when she goes to the gym, like for her, Jericho, it's hard for her to get herself to go to the gym. But when she got a trainer, she said, Khang, I don't have a choice. My trainer's already there waiting for me. So now she has someone holding her accountable. Mm-hmm. So she show up. She show up and she get the shit done. So Jericho, people ask you right here, man, is how do you found that deal? Now, Jericho, let's talk about your second deal, man. How do you found your second deal, and what lead did it came from? This is your 10,000.
Both of these leads were driving for dollar leads.
D for D.
D for D.
You like that?
And then yeah. So the second deal was also for D for D.
I'm so mad, dude.
And then pretty much the same thing. I used actually the same buyers for that one too. For 10K this time. I said, you know what, I'm upping my prices. Vendor prices are going up, baby. Yeah.
So okay, Jericho. So you did D for D, man. For both the lead, you drive for dollars.
Yeah.
What was the ARV on the 10K?
I did 400 for this one.
So okay, so 400,000, and how many bedroom bathroom was it?
I believe it was the same thing. I think it was a 3-bedroom, 2-bath as well.
Same. Okay, and square footage.
Square footage was, I think, like 1,002.
Oh wow. Okay, so and this is it also a mobile home then?
Also a mobile home. Yeah, it's actually
Damn.
just
Okay,
down
so
the street, down the street
wow.
from the first one that I did. Yeah.
Wow. So it's also a manufactured home. And dude, a lot of time, you guys, that's what happened. You found one property that's in that, which means everything in there probably built pretty similar age. And if you can find one, boom, you can find another one. So okay, so it's about 1,000. And what year is this built? Same thing?
Same thing. I like
1980?
1982, I think
Okay.
1980, right around there.
1980, 1982. Okay. So for those of you looking at manufactured home, anything is 19 or older than 1980. Typically, most investors don't like it because I think some bank don't loan to anything manufactured home that's older than 1980. All right. I'm just from what I know from one of my bank that I deal with, but you guys do your research. Now, what's the rehab cost on it?
I estimated 40, but we went up and been conservative at 50.
Okay. So 50K, same thing. It needs complete rehab.
Just an average rehab, but it needed a roof.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. So the roof, okay. That roof's brand new roof's going to cost them about 12,000. Okay. ARV 400K rehab. And what do you got under contract for?
I got it under contract for 245. 245, and I wholesaled it for 255 for 10K.
255. Okay,
Yeah.
so Jericho, how long did you lock this property under contract for?
Not long enough.
Again?
Again, yeah. Well, because I made what I wanted to make for the second
Sure.
one,
Sure.
and they were already ready to go. And this one
Right.
was needed to be ASAP. I couldn't lock it up for more than
2 weeks?
because if I were to go to 30-day route, he would have just gone with the realtor.
Gotcha.
So
But
that's why.
my question is, did you ask?
Yes, I tried.
Okay. So okay, good. So you did ask him, hey, are you okay with a 30-day closing? And he said no.
Yeah, I tried locking it up for 45 days actually, but
And he said no.
he said no. If he said I've already waited on this for too long.
Sure.
If you were gonna go that long, you were gonna go with the realtor.
Okay, hold on a second. So you asked for 45 days and he said no.
Yeah.
Did you come back and said 30 days?
Yeah, I said, does 30 days work for you or sooner? And
and
he
he
was
said
like,
no.
no, we're just looking to try and sell this ASAP. If you guys
Sure.
can close in like 2 weeks, then I will go with you guys. But he was really
Got it.
skeptical.
Got it. Okay. So 15 days.
Yeah.
And then you found the buyer. And you found the buyer in 2 days.
Yep. So this is the same buyer I used for this
Got it.
the first deal. So they're already familiar with the area, and I just gave them the numbers. They said, "Yep, we'll buy it." Super easy.
Super easy. Okay. Shoot, man. I forgot I have another meeting. So, anyways, you guys, thank you so much for watching. And Jericho, for those of you, if you want to connect with Jericho, go ahead and hit me up on my Discord channel. Hold on a second here. Go ahead and hit me up on my Discord channel. My God, I gotta run. Go to tmcnftproject.com. And if you haven't followed me on IG or Twitter, hit me up on Twitter. I'm launching my own NFT project this coming May. It's called TMC. TMC's stand for the Millionaire Club. Sorry, I'm trying to rush here. The Millionaire Club. Basically, I'm blending NFT and real estate together to create a community of millionaires, and hopefully in that to turn you into one of those millionaires. And if you want to find out how you can be involved and don't miss out on this opportunities, because it's going to be a very tight, small community. I'm launching my own NFT sometime in May. There's the first collection. There's only going to be between 300 to 400 of these NFT that's going to be minted. All right. So if you want to get on the whitelist, if you want to find out the utilities, the perks, what's included, one of the perks is you bring your deal. We'll link you up with my, I'm basically sharing with you my team, my system, and my multi-million-dollar cash buyer network. I don't care what state you're in. You bring the deal, we'll link you up with a cash buyer. And that's just one of many, many of the perks. So hit me up on Twitter at Real King Kong. Jericho, how can they link up with you?
The best way to get in contact with me is either through my Instagram at Jericho Mullion, or on Discord. Discord's going to be the best way to reach me. Just go ahead and join the TMC Discord and at me on the real estate chat.
Fantastic, Jericho, and everyone else. I'm sorry I have to wrap this up. Jericho, thank you so much for your time, man. I'll see you in Discord.
Yes,
Later,
sir.
bro.
Bye-bye.